don't even know what I'm nervous about, but I am nervous. De nada. Adiós, Lucho. Adiós.
The day had arrived for Janet to officially leave Chuffed and for the new engine to go in. We'd chosen to use a crane to get the engines in and out rather than test our boom, even though people do it that way.
I'm a little bit nervous, but it's here. I don't even know what I'm nervous about, but I am nervous. I'm excited though too. Excited, nervous.
The crane turned up with a team of workers so we could sit back and watch.
Ahorita le va a ayudar mi pariente. Sí, por favor, jefe. Ahí va. Ahí mismo va a quedar, ¿verdad, Ronnie? Ahí mismo va a quedar.
Sí. Yeah, that's fine. Sí, está bien.
It was a little emotional seeing Janet stripped bare and being lifted out of Chuffed, the end of an era, albeit a mostly annoying one. Once Janet was safely down, it was time to get the new engine on board.
Así como está, así como está. Ah, ok. La transmisión va a ir para atrás, para allá. Para la otra liga, papi, porque no te venga dando vuelta.
It was a little intimidating to watch your most prized possession swinging around 30 feet off the ground, but we had a team of professionals to do it safely. The new engine wasn't stripped down, and our measurements offered about 1 centimetre on each side, what should be a perfect fit. The boys had to do a little bit of wiggling and positioning to get it in.
Aguanta. Aguanta. Dale, que lo va. Aguanta, pariente. Que lo bájelo un poquito. Aguanta porque. Bájelo.
It's in. Yeah, just. It's cerca, no? Is it going to fit past the wood, do you think, Ronnie?
Ronnie, no va a entrar, creo. Aquí en la madera.
Look who's inside Chuffed. Ooh la 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 la. We had planned to try to put it in here, but it turns out it's like that much too wide to fit past these pieces of wood. And to get these pieces of wood out, we have to take this off, which is glued down and already kind of broken, which also possibly involves loosening the ceiling. Anyway, basically it wasn't going to be super easy, whereas just moving the alternator on this and then putting it in, because it's like very nearly fits, will be super easy. But we considered doing it, but we weren't 100% sure whether the warranty would be honored if we do anything before a mechanic sees it. So we were like, all right, let's just leave it, get the mechanic in, he'll loosen the alternator, and then we'll get the same way we got the old one to this position. We'll just use the boom to just move it, you know, the meter back and forth. So yeah, all in all, a great success. It was super quick. Yeah, Ronnie was a huge help as always. He's, yeah, the man at the marina. He is the guy to have help with all these projects, which is cool. But yeah, we're very, very happy to get her in. We boxed up Janet and I like weirdly got kind of teary and was like, what is going on? But I think I'm going to miss her weirdly a little bit, even though she was a pain in the bum. We still went through a lot together. God, if I get teary when I say goodbye to Janet, I could only imagine if ever I I get rid of my girl Chuffed, but that shan't happen for a very long time. Anyway, we're very, very happy to have the new engine in the boat. She hasn't got a name yet. We're waiting until we hear her spirit and see her go, basically, to kind of come up with a name for her. And yeah, for everyone who was saying, you could have just used the boom instead of getting a crane to put the engine out of the boat. We do know people do that sometimes. We didn't want to risk the boom. We don't want to risk the boat. We didn't feel it was worth the risk. We know it has been done before. We know. But for the cheapness of the crane and to have like 6 guys here to help do it, it's worth it. So, yeah. And yeah, she's in. All right, this is our 3rd mobile campaign, so we're in the 3rd zone. It's quite close to the hotel, and we walk past these dogs almost every day, so it's really nice to see them all coming for their vaccines.
Our first patient, little Tigger, often accompanies us on our afternoon walks. She's only 5 months old, and so getting her protected, especially against parvovirus and distemper, is really important.
Gracias.
We happened to schedule this campaign on the day of a wedding in the church next door, so we had some very well-dressed spectators. We also had our first cat in the campaign after obtaining a couple of cat vaccinations in town. The directions we gave everybody for this clinic were beside the abandoned building under the big tree. The van provided the perfect work area, while the tree provided shade.
Así solo necesita la cola.
The patients kept on coming, and we were really pleased to see very healthy dogs on this street. They're all very well cared for, and most of them we'd already met. We once again had Jenny, a local veterinary student, working with us for the campaign. Jenny was helping with dog restraint, paperwork, and was an invaluable translator. She understands my Spanglish very well. Like most small dogs, Lucho was much better behaved in Jenny's arms than with his owner. He's lucky he's so cute. These clinics offer a great opportunity for client education, a time where people can ask us questions about how to best care for their dogs. One of the local shopkeepers brought us her 3 dogs, one of which was a rescue dog.
Qué bueno porque ya no muerta mi hermana.
Sí. She just said it was good because that I gave them the rabies because the little dog bites her brother. The little tiny one.
Muneca happened to visit us during this campaign, and we quickly realised she'd come to see the vet for a reason.
What's happening, my love?
What's wrong with her neck?
These campaigns also offer a good learning experience for Jenny when we have cases like this. We were able to examine Muneca together and discuss diagnoses and possible treatment options.
Sí, pero es muy
¿Dura?
it's difuso, como hay un bol aquí, pero tiene inflamación por todo lugar y normalmente con el absceso de los dientes la inflamación es muy cerca al diente que tiene el problema.
We decided to take blood from Muneca so that Jenny could run a test for Ehrlichia and other blood parasites at her clinic. Muneca came up positive for both Anaplasma and Ehrlichia, blood parasites that are transferred by ticks and are very common in this area. They can cause very strange symptoms, including a cough, eye issues, bleeding issues, and pain in the joints, which explained why I had seen Muneca limping a few days before and the swelling on her neck. Thankfully, the month-long treatment was available at a local clinic and Muneca started improving very quickly. A big thank you to everyone who supports us and makes Muneca's treatment a reality.
So we're just doing a quick follow-up in our third zone. There was a few people who weren't able to come and they asked if we could come back again to give out a few more vaccines and things like that. One little critter that we did a little earlier because there is so much disease in the area, we did him the day after he came home, was little Toby, who's resting over there. He's very cute little puppy.
We had a few extra dogs turn up and got a second visit from Lucho so he could get a dose of worming medication we'd brought for him.
Qué bien, no tiene un buen sabor, ¿no? De nada. Adiós, Lucho. Adiós.
A huge thank you to our patrons who have vaccinated over 150 dogs in Puerto Madero so far with their contributions. Until next time, stay chuffed everybody.